Video poker, arguably the most underrated game in the casino, but there's a high probability you're playing it wrong, leaving money on the table, and in today's video, we're going to fix that. It's a fantastic game with a tiny house edge, but you aren't seizing those advantages if you aren't playing it right. Video poker is a game of skill. Your understanding of the game and mastery over probability have a direct impact on how well you play, and that's why these 4 common mistakes could be costing you a lot of money. In this video, I'm going to reveal the most common mistakes players make at the machine and arm you with the knowledge to sidestep every one of them. We'll start with some of the most foundational mistakes before climbing our way up the ladder to make the mistake that's costing you at the highest level of play. By the time we're done, you'll have every tool you'll need to take advantage of this fantastic game. Ready? Well, let's dive into it with mistake number 1. You're playing at the wrong machine. Now, this might sound silly. You know what a video poker machine looks like, but that's not what I mean. I can trust you to find a video poker machine among a sea of slot games, but you need to find the correct video poker machine. This mistake is foundational to the rest of your experience. Getting this part wrong is costing you money before you've even spent a penny. When we're talking about classic jacks or better video poker, that excellent house edge is only possible on a specific type of machine, the full pay 9-6 machine. This machine specifically pays out 9 coins on a full house and 6 on a flush. When a casino wants to make their machines more profitable, these numbers will drop to 8-5 or even 7-5 if you're unlucky. By lowering the payouts for these hands, the RTP falls dramatically. These machines reduce your profits, so it's important to take a moment to search for the right game before you start making bets. If you're playing in a regular casino, this isn't that hard, just time consuming. You need to check the pay tables of each machine and look for the 9-6 payout, which looks a bit like this. But if you're playing online, this process is a little different. You won't be able to see the pay table until you get into the game, so instead, we're looking for a game's RTP. Video poker usually has a range of RTP scores to account for the skill gap, and we're interested in the larger of the two. If you find a game that displays the 99.54% score, you know you found your target. This can be quite time consuming, but I've spent weeks researching casinos across the globe that offer the best video poker variations depending on where in the world you live. Just go down to the description to find the Casino Matchmaker quiz, where I will find the perfect online casino for you. So now we know you found the perfect machine, you sit down ready to bet, and you've already made a mistake. Mistake number 2, not betting enough. I'd say that for the majority of casual gamblers, the instinct is to bet at the minimum. No one likes losing money, so keeping your stakes low feels better in the moment. This is a huge mistake in video poker. To illustrate my point, I want you to take a look at this jacks or better 9-6 pay table. Take a good hard look at it. Notice anything interesting. If you bet 1 coin, you win 250 if you hit that royal flush. An excellent payout for sure, and that 250 multiplier carries over as you bet 2, 3 or 4 coins. But look at the 5 coin bet. When you bet the maximum, the royal flush multiplier suddenly shoots up to 800 times. That's a $4,000 payout. And that's the key to all of this. I know it can be scary to bet that much every time you play. $5 for every bet on any game can be daunting, especially for your average player. But the tiny house edge in video poker is dependent on that 800 multiplier. If you want to make the most of this excellent game, you need to set a budget and trust that the numbers are on your side as much as possible. And of course, make sure you stop once you hit that budget. But hopefully, you'll be quite comfortable so long as you avoid the minefield of mistake number 3, trusting your gut. I hate to break it to you, but your gut instinct is not as good as pure math. Video poker is a game of hard numbers and probability, so there really isn't any space for feeling lucky. Not if you want to chase that tiny house edge, but it goes a little further than that. There are some specific, common hand mistakes you're probably making every time you step up to the machine, so let's rectify that right now. These are the most common micro mistakes players make on jacks or better video poker. Keeping a kicker with a high pair. A kicker is any unpaired high card, so an example of this is holding onto an ace when you already have 2 kings. It might feel like a good play. Maybe you can turn that kicker into 2 pair, but the numbers are way out of your favour. You should always drop that straggling high card. The worst case scenario, your high pair pays out regardless. Best case, you make up a full house, 2 pair or 3 of a kind. The next one is holding an inside straight draw. Okay, this is a tricky term. But all it means is holding onto a straight where you're only missing one of the inside numbers. So maybe a 3, 4, 6 and a 7, it looks pretty good, you only need a 5 to win. But believe it or not, you're usually better off discarding the entire hand. There are only 4 cards in the deck that can win you this, which are tiny odds. The only exception to this rule is if you're chasing a straight flush, or even better, a royal flush. Next we have holding a low pair over a better draw. An early tip you may learn for video poker is to hold a low pair over a high card. While this is usually a good rule of thumb, look out for those situations where breaking up the pair is a better option. The classic example is when you have a low pair but the rest would form a flush. The best play is always to break up the pair to chase the better hand. Although don't do this with a high pair, since a pair of jacks or better is a guaranteed break even. But even if you bear all the best play tips in mind, there is one way to eliminate all that room for error. All you need to do is avoid mistake number 4, ignoring perfect strategy. Video poker is so wonderful because it's a solved game. Just like blackjack, you can formulate a standard formula to tell you what moves to take at any point. The fact is, without this perfect strategy, you can't achieve the 99.54% RTP. In the past, this was a lot more difficult to achieve. Strategy charts were harder to come by, and while expected value, or EV, calculation software existed, you would have to pay handsomely for it. But all of this is mute in the internet era. Just hop online to find hundreds of video poker strategy sheets, and not just for jacks or better, you can find them for all video poker variations. It could take a while, but memorizing these strategies isn't hard, and it's even easier if you're playing online. Just pull an EV calculator up in the next tab and enter your cards in as you go. This is the ultimate solution to most of the ways you're losing money at the video poker machines. However, as we've seen, it's still important to view the whole picture when you sit down to play. From the machine you choose to sit at to the minute plays you make during the game, all of it can lead to you knocking precious numbers off the RTP. But now you're armed with all the most important tips and tricks, I know you'll be able to make the most of your time playing video poker. As a game of skill, video poker is one of the best games you could play at the casino. Now it's time for you to grab your perfect strategy and hunt down these games for yourself. And if you need a good casino to play at, let me help you. If you go down to the description below, you can find my 30-second quiz where I'll pair you up with the perfect online casino based on your location and preferences. And while you're at it, make sure to leave us a like and subscribe for more content in the future. I'm working on more videos to help you play smarter, not harder. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.